Hello my dear children, I will welcome you all for the English online classes. Today we will be starting a second lesson under prose section. The name of the lesson is The Boy Who Sold Wisdom. This is a very interesting story, but before going with the explanation, first you should understand what is the meaning of wisdom. What is wisdom? Yes, the wisdom meaning is the quality or state of being wise, the ability to make good and serious judgment because of one's experience. In Kannada we can say buddhivantike athava viveka. Sold, that is V2 V3, sell, sold means marata. Wisdom meaning after getting the knowledge or the idea how to use that knowledge in a proper way, that is wisdom. Remember, after getting the knowledge or the idea how you will use it in a proper way, that is called wisdom. Whatever you learned from your textbooks or in your previous days, so how you are going to use it, that is wisdom. This word belongs to which parts of speech? Think. Yes, it is noun. Again, what kind of noun it is? It is abstract noun. We can't touch it, we can't see it, but only we can feel. That is abstract noun. It is not physical thing. Got it, children? Next, we will see the glossary meaning of the words. First word is weird, means strange. Vichitra athava vikaravada. Stormed is rush in very fast or move angrily or forcefully in a specified direction. That is stormed. Errands, a short journey to get something for somebody. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದೂರದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಯಾಣ ಮಾಡೋದು, that is errands. Furious, very angry, violent or intense. Marked by extreme anger. Babbled is to talk quickly or in a way that is difficult to understand. To talk quickly or in a way that is difficult to understand, that is babbled. Wisdom meaning experience and knowledge, but that experience and that knowledge how you are going to use, how you will use it in a proper manner, that is wisdom. Banished, send somebody out of the country as a punishment. ಗಡಿಪಾರು ಮಾಡುವುದು ಅಥವಾ ಹೊರದೂಡು, that is banished. Send somebody, someone out of the country as a punishment, that is banished. Pursued, the meaning of pursued is to convince, to induce, ಮನವೊಲಿಸುವುದು. Feign is pretend, to give a false appearance of, giving a false appearance, pretending, ಕಲ್ಪನೆ ಮಾಡು ಅಥವಾ ಕಲ್ಪಿಸಿ ಹೇಳು. Hope you understood the meanings of these words, right? Next, we will start with the pre-reading task. This pre-reading task, this is a story about Akbar and Birbal. Scene, you would have known about them, about Akbar and Birbal. When you refer to the stories of Akbar and Birbal, Birbal is always portrayed as clever and intelligent because he had a great sense of humor and used to impress King Akbar with his intelligence. These are very famous stories. The stories of Akbar and Birbal have mesmerized children since generation. Akbar is the king of Mughal Empire. He was the third emperor and greatest of Mughal emperors of India. In his empire, Birbal was minister. He is known for the folk tales. Folk tales means Janapada Kategalu, means which pass from one generation to other generation. The stories which pass from one generation to other generation, those are called folk stories or folk tales, which focus of his wit, and because of his intelligence and his wit, soon he became Akbar's favorite. Now let's see in this pre-reading task one more story of Birbal's witness. First I will read the paragraph, then I will explain it to you. King Akbar received a letter from a neighboring king asking for a potful of wisdom. He in turn consulted his clever jester Birbal. The meaning of neighboring is the place or the thing which is situated next to or very near. Hattirada, that is neighboring. Consult, the meaning of consult is seek information or advice. Asking information or advice, that is consult, samparkisu. Jester, the meaning of jester is a professional joker, hasyagara. We can say gangster or buffoon also, that is jester. The great King Akbar, the meaning of this paragraph is the great King Akbar had received a letter from a neighboring king. He received asking for a potful of wisdom from the king who was staying nearby. Why the neighboring king is asking so? Did you know? Because he wanted to insult the King Akbar. King Akbar received a letter from a neighboring king asking for a potful of wisdom. He in turn consulted his clever jester Birbal. Is that possible, children? Can we fill wisdom or knowledge, our experience in pot? Is that possible? No, not at all. It is not possible. In turn, what he did? He means who? Yes, Akbar. What he did? Akbar, what he did? He consulted to his favorite minister, that is Birbal. He seek advice from his clever minister Birbal. He put forth this issue in front of the comedian Birbal. Birbal requested the king to give him some time to give a potful of wisdom. The king agreed. So Birbal gave a pumpkin in a pot and gave it to the king. The king in turn sent it across to the neighboring king with a note. The wisdom should be removed without damaging the pot or the wisdom in it. If you damage either of them, you should be ready for a battle. The neighboring king was surprised to see the potful of wisdom, realized his mistake and fell at the emperor's feet. He begged the emperor forgive him. Let's see the meaning of this paragraph. Birbal requested the king to give him some time to give a potful of wisdom. The king agreed. Agreed means oppanda, discussed or negotiated and then accepted by all parties, that is agree, means oppikollu. The Birbal requested to the Akbar by asking some time to complete the task to give a potful of wisdom. The king also agreed for that. Then Birbal gave a pumpkin in a pot and gave it to the king. Grieve means ಬೆಳೆಯಿತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. By increasing in size and changing physically, it became larger. Meanwhile, after a few days, Birbal had grown a pumpkin in a pot. He gave it to the Akbar. The king in turn sent it across to the neighboring king with a note. What is that note? The wisdom should be removed without damaging the pot or the wisdom in it. If you damage either of them, you should be ready for a battle. In turn, what he did? Damage. First we will see the meaning. The meaning of damage is hani. Inflict physical harm means hani. Realized meaning ಅರಿತುಕೊಳ್ಳು ಅಥವಾ ಅರಿತುಕೊಂಡ, become fully aware of as a fact, that is realized. Meanwhile, what happened? After a few days, Birbal had grown a pumpkin in a pot. He gave it to the Akbar. In turn, what the Akbar did? He sent to neighboring king, who has asked with a potful of wisdom. But along with that, a note was sent. What was that note? The note was like, the wisdom should be removed without damaging the pot or the wisdom in it. If you damage either of them, you should be ready for a battle. In turn, what he did? It is sent to neighboring king, who has asked with a potful of wisdom. But a note was sent along with the pumpkin pot, stating that the wisdom should be removed without harming, without damaging the pot or the wisdom in it. Meaning, if any damage caused to the pot, or they have to be ready for the battle or war. Children, is that possible? Is that possible to remove a fully grown pumpkin which is in pot without damaging it? Think about it, how it is possible. Can we remove fully grown pumpkin out of the pot? No, it is not possible, no? Without damaging it also. It is not possible. The same when neighboring king realized it, and he was shocked also, and he was surprised to see the potful of wisdom. He realized his mistake and fell at the emperor's feet. He begged the emperor forgive him. He realized and fell at the emperor's feet, means he begged to forgive. He asked sorry. Like, please forgive me. Because he became aware of mistake insulting Akbar, but Akbar was insulted. In turn, the insult was reported back to the neighboring king. The moral of this pre-reading task is, never insult anyone, because you need to bear the insult in case it rewards back to you. So never try to insult anyone. Got it, my dear children? Always be humble. So now, related to the pre-reading task, we have 3 questions here. Let's try to answer it. First question is, what was the demand of the neighboring king? What was the demand of neighboring king? What he said? What the neighboring king asked to the Akbar? Yes, the neighboring king asked to the Akbar to send him a potful of wisdom. Right? Next question is, how did Birbal get a potful of wisdom? How he get? Birbal grew a pumpkin in a pot and give it to the Akbar. Third one, what is the meaning of potful of wisdom? What is the meaning of potful of wisdom? Wisdom is not a physical thing, right? As I told you before, I discussed that. We cannot see it or touch it, and it cannot be measured also. It is not possible to measure. Can we measure wisdom? No, but the neighboring king wanted to insult King Akbar. Then, for the challenge of neighboring king, Birbal grew a pumpkin in the pot. It was sent to the neighboring king now with a note stating that he should remove the wisdom without damaging the pot or the wisdom in it. As it was not possible, the neighboring king begged Akbar to forgive him. So this is all about pre-reading task. Next class we are going to discuss about this interesting lesson of a boy, Nagendra. Till then, take care. Bye bye.